Welcome to the Gecko video. This video, like the other videos, is divided into 3 sections. First is a sample sales pitch for Gecko. In the second section, we'll review the materials you'll need to conduct a presentation on Gecko. And finally, we'll cover the most frequently asked questions, starting with general questions and then internal-only questions. First up is the sample sales pitch.
Do you specify window films in your design? Gecko is our window textile, a high-end treatment for glass. Gecko is a great solution for both exterior-facing windows and interior glass like conference rooms. It is easy to install. You just need a squeegee and water. Gecko comes in a 54-inch wide roll like a textile, and minimum purchase is only 1 linear foot. Gecko ranges from $11 to $13 per square foot. It is a great solution to add privacy, shade, and beauty to glass. In addition to the standard patterns, you can achieve any design you would like by using our high-res on Gecko. High-res Gecko costs about $20 per square foot. Gecko can be used over and over and provides the flexibility to update design of glass. Also, in contrast to window films, if someone were to pick at Gecko, it can simply be pressed back onto the glass or applied with water and a squeegee to restore it to its original look. We can also laser cut Gecko to any shape like a snowflake or branding, to larger elements like semicircles and circles, or to further simplify the installation, indicate the size of your windows and we'll cut them to size. One example of the ease of installation is the University of Kentucky. They wanted to hide the back of a house, so they ordered orange and white Gecko and had their facilities team watch the installation video. Then facilities created templates to cut the Gecko and completed the installation themselves.
There's a number of materials that you should use to conduct an effective presentation on studio products. Right now, we'll focus on the materials you should have to present on Gecko. First off, you should have the 10x10 samples of Gecko. These samples will be very helpful when describing Gecko to the client. You should also have the overview fold-out brochure, which shows examples of the entire studio line. This brochure is a great giveaway for each attendee at your presentation. Finally, you should have a studio catalog, which also shows all of the studio offerings. Each A&D library or firm should have at least 1 copy of this catalog. What is the lead time, size availability, and price point for Gecko? The standard production lead time for Gecko starts at 1 to 2 weeks. When it comes to size availability, Gecko is 54 inches wide and is sold per linear foot, up to 25 feet long in one piece. Be aware that customers may ask if Gecko is available in strips wider than 54 inches. The answer to this question is no. 54 inches is the widest size available. The price for Gecko ranges from $50 to $61 per linear foot, depending on the material or the cut. The specific breakdown of prices is the following. Crenna Un, Crenna Varia, Crypta, and Torna are $49.94 per linear foot. Crypta Letter, Crypta Orbit, Diplo, and Xena are $60.34 per linear foot. High-res printing is $91.56 per linear foot. Laser cutting for a window size is $15 per shape. And a custom laser cut design is $40 per linear foot. Finally, for every order, there is a $25 handling fee. Shipping fees and taxes will also apply. How is Gecko installed? Gecko was developed to closely match the technique used for applying standard adhesive films, and it's extremely easy to install. If the material is pre-laser cut to size, it will take 5 minutes or less to prepare the glass and install a piece of Gecko. If the material is not pre-laser cut to size, it will take a couple of additional minutes to measure and cut. Also, you'll see in the following video, it is suggested that you use a mixture of soap and water. However, the soap is not necessarily required. The water alone will sufficiently work in installing Gecko, but spraying Gecko with a small amount of soap in water can help, as it will be easier to slide the Gecko around on the glass to get it in the right place. Now, the following video will demonstrate specifically how Gecko is installed.
How to install 3-form Gecko by Creation Bauman. Gecko is a reusable adhesive textile that can be reapplied, leaving no residue. Gecko is available in 28 unique designs. It is sold by the linear foot with a 1-foot minimum and is extremely easy to install. Once you measure the window for desired dimensions, unroll Gecko on a flat surface. Cut the Gecko in a straight line, allowing 1 inch overcut. Cut parallel to the edge with a cutting knife and ensure the blade is at a shallow angle. Next, clean the window roughly. For Gecko to be attached properly, the surface must be clean, non-porous, and oil-free. Then, clean the window pane again with fresh water and a window scraper. Scrape away any bumps on the window surface with the scraper. The surface should remain extremely clean, smooth, and dust-free. Then, mark the measurements with a washable marker. To mount Gecko, spray water solution on the window. This should be 1 liter of water and ½ teaspoon of soapy liquid. Next, unravel Gecko while a second installer sprays it with the water solution. Attach the Gecko textile to the window and position it without exerting any pressure. Squeeze out the excess water between the Gecko textile and the window pane. For best results, wipe the Gecko in a T formation. This is to avoid any further water or dust particles being lodged under the fabric. Next, with precision, cut the excess Gecko textile. Again, be sure to cut at a shallow angle. To ensure precision cutting, it is essential to break your blade between each cut. This will show a new cutting edge. Shallow angle. Break your blade. Repeat. For custom installations, use a straight edge ruler to cut along previously made markings. For very large windows that exceed Gecko's dimensions, simply install 2 overlapping pieces. Then, cut along the middle of the overlap to reveal a perfect, flush registration. Three-form can also provide Gecko pre-cut to size. When ordering, simply provide your final dimensions, and the material will come cut and ready to go.
Will Gecko look the same on both sides of the glass? The answer to this question is no. The aesthetic of Gecko will differ on the side it is applied on from the other side of the glass. I order a piece longer than 25 feet long? This is possible, but it would only be available on a case-by-case basis, and it must be approved by the studio general manager. Does Gecko have a sustainability story? Gecko does not have any recycled content within the product. However, Gecko is manufactured without any harmful substances in the process in an ISO 14001 certified plant. ISO 14001 is the sustainability plant certification for ISO. Also, Gecko is reusable and can easily be reapplied in multiple settings and occurrences. Finally, because Gecko does not leave any residue on the glass, at end of life, the glass is reusable or recyclable. Is Gecko fire rated? Gecko is not fire rated. However, since it's only 0.12 of an inch thick, Gecko is exempt from the flammability requirements according to Section 803.2 from the 2009 International Building Code. How many times can a single Gecko piece be reinstalled? There's not a proven number of times that Gecko can be reinstalled while still meeting quality standards. However, 3form has been able to apply and reapply a single piece of Gecko over 50 times during a 3-day trade show without any issues adhering to the glass. However, note that constant handling of Crypta-based products will result in the material becoming slightly fuzzy. Can Gecko be used in a shower installation? Gecko should never be used on the inside of a shower. However, it is possible to use Gecko on the outside of a shower. Keep in mind that bathrooms do have different sizes and are conditioned differently. Proper ventilation is required to avoid fungi growth. Also, there should be a reveal on all sides of the Gecko from the edge of the glass and the edge of any hardware holding the glass in place. Typically, most of these requests will be for a commercial setting, and most commercial settings with bathrooms will have sufficient ventilation. Private residences, however, will have less ventilation, and therefore fungi may be an issue. Finally, be aware that no formal testing has been performed for Gecko shower installations. Can Gecko be installed on a window facing the exterior? This can be done, but there are some important things to keep in mind for these installations. Lighter colors can be used on windows facing the exterior. However, dark colors or windows facing south should generally be avoided. Furthermore, dark colors on windows facing south should absolutely be avoided. Finally, for all cases, Gecko should be installed on the interior side of the window. Is Gecko UV stable? The special silicone backer is UV stable. In one instance, for example, the Gecko adhesive properties remained unchanged after 10,000 hours of exposure in the warm conditions of Arizona. Be aware that colored materials may undergo fading due to ultraviolet and visible light. Finally, Gecko is temperature stable up to 390 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. How do you clean Gecko? Gecko can be cleaned on site while applied directly to the glass. First, generously spray it with a solution of water and mild detergent. Also, pre-treat any spot stains. Second, rinse Gecko with clean water. Third, wipe Gecko with a window squeegee and press out any excess water. Fourth, carefully wipe the border of the fabric with a cloth and then dry the frame. When cleaning Gecko, be sure that you do not use strong solvents, such as highly alkaline or abrasive cleaning agents, and do not clean in hot, sunny, or elevated temperatures. What materials can Gecko be installed on? Gecko is only designed to be installed on glass. Additionally, certain types of glass are not compatible with Gecko. These include textured glass, acid-etched glass, sandblasted glass, cast glass, wired glass, and wired polished glass. Gecko may initially stick to the surfaces listed here, and may stick to acrylic or other resin materials. However, 3form does not guarantee or offer refunds if a customer complains about the quality performance of Gecko when applied to these materials.